Hi guys, hope everybody's having a good day. It's another nice sunny day in Washington here, and figured I'd make a video on showing you how I harvest my potatoes. I'm getting ready to harvest my last bunch here. I've got these two buckets here and this little one here. It's pretty much the last of my harvest that I have to do this year. I've harvested so many pounds already. These are kind of the last little bits. And so anyways, all I did was simply put them in this bucket here, and looks like these ones are Ozette, and they're fingerling potatoes. They're not real big, and they're kind of knobby looking, you'll see. Another tip I wanted to show you, these easy plant markers. You just get a like a drinking cup, cut it up into strips, get a Sharpie, and you instantly have a plant marker. And it kind of just started out like with one of these. So you just cut one of these up and you got plant markers. So I thought that was pretty cool. So one little tip of the day. So anyways, I'm going to dump this out. I let them dry out before harvesting them, so they'd be easier to get out of the dirt. They're not so much dirt sticks to them when you wait for them to dry out. So actually I forgot step number one. Getting a little ahead of myself here. I usually pull these out. I guess you don't have to, but I don't know, it just seems, it's kind of hard to do one-handed actually. Maybe I will just dump it out. Not used to having a camera. Alright, so that worked. See what we got. And you just kind of go through and see what you can find, really. I use a mix mostly of peat moss, and you can kind of see where they're flat up against the bucket that they were in. But here's one, and they're supposed to be this size, not much bigger. Let's see, where am I going to put these? Well, I'll just stick them over here for now. And so anyway, yeah, kind of curious to see how many I'm going to get here. That's a nice one. So potatoes are so easy to grow. I grow potatoes every year. You know, people tell me, oh, they're really cheap to buy. Why don't you grow stuff that's expensive? But you know what? This is half the fun of having a garden, is, you know, picking your own potatoes. I think this is just a lot of fun. So that's why I do it. Besides that, you can grow so many different varieties that, you know, you wouldn't normally find in the grocery store. So I like variety. I like to grow purple potatoes, red potatoes. I like to do Yukon Golds. Caribe are actually my favorite. They are a really pretty purple color with like a white skin, like a white, not skin, but flesh inside. They're really, really pretty. So as you can see, it's super simple. I already have a little pile going. There's a lot more actually in there. And some things that I've learned about potatoes in general and growing them is when you see the plant getting flowers on it, then that means that these little new potatoes are ready. And new just means that they're just kind of baby. Although these are the size that they're actually supposed to be. Look, that almost looks like a heart. Second heart potato I found this year. And so that's kind of an indicator of knowing, you know, about the maturity of your potatoes. You know, if you see flowers on the tops of your potato plants, and you know that there's at least something worth picking if you want to steal some, you know, before you actually do a complete harvest, which is what I do that every year. I always reach around and see what's in the ground waiting for me. I'm kind of curious like that. So, but yeah, this is out of one bucket. So much fun. It's like digging for treasure. Some people might find this boring, I guess, but I'm kind of a simple person. I'm real easy to please. especially when it comes to nature and things of that sort. So we're getting down to not that many left. And the nice thing too is if you miss some, after you throw this into the compost pile, you might get some surprise potatoes. So that's kind of cool too. So I think that's about it. So set that aside. So yeah, totally got potatoes. I'm gonna go find a bucket, put these in. This one works right here. It's a really quiet day out. A little bit of a breeze. It's actually 90 degrees today, which is way too hot. So I waited until the shade hit the garden a little bit before coming out here and showing you my potato harvest. There's the second bucket. I think these are Ozette too. And we'll see what we got in this one. I already got some spilling out. This one actually might have some more. See, these are just babies here. These actually would have grown into something a lot bigger, but it's okay. I like throwing these in whole too for stews, things like that. You don't even have to cut them up. So I experimented this year with something different, something I haven't never done before with my potatoes, because I keep reading how you can get a bigger potato yield if you plant your potatoes really deep, and but barely cover them up with any dirt. And as they grow, you cover them up, and you know, the foliage at the top. And I actually did that this year, and I don't really know if it's made a difference. I mean, I've got a lot of potatoes, but I always get a lot of potatoes, so it's really hard to say. Sorry, it's hard to pay attention to two things at once here. You know, it's just hard to say if I've actually had a bigger turnout with doing that or not, as opposed to just planting them, you know, burying them 4 inches or 6 inches, whatever, and then just as soon as the foliage starts coming up, you know, that's it. So, I don't know. That's just a little baby. So, looks like there's quite a bit in this one actually. It's pretty compact in there. Look at that one. That one's kind of a long one. But yeah, they're all in here. You just pick them out. Looks like some more over here. It's kind of fun. It's like, ooh, another one. They're pretty clean when you let them dry out really good. I mean, the dirt it doesn't really stick to them. You can see how nice and clean those are, really. You just need a little bit of dusting off. Some people might leave these little babies, but I like to pick them. I don't like to waste anything. I mean, they're potatoes too. They taste just the same as a big potato. So I like harvesting my potatoes this way. What I do is I just get my wheelbarrow here, and that way once I shake all the dirt out of these, I can reuse it for my next potato harvest, for my next potato planting. So it's kind of cool. You can see there's actually a lot of little ones that would have came into big ones, but that's okay. You know, I've got so many potatoes, I don't need every single little potato to grow into something big. That's kind of a weird one. Looks like we're kind of nearing the end of getting the last few in this bunch. But you never know, there could be some stragglers that are hiding. First time I've ever done this one-handed, so apologize if the camera's kind of all over the place. I think that's about it. Oh, there's a few more. That's the thing with potatoes. You think you've found them all, and then there's more popping up. But I think that's good enough for that one. See, and you just got all this really nice dirt still. Well, soil, I suppose it's called. And all you gotta do is add some more compost and a little bit of organic fertilizer, and you'll be good for your next planting with this stuff. See? Perfect. Good dirt. Oh, there's another potato. Alright, well, that's all we got out of that bucket. So add that to these. I don't know how many pounds this is, but this is kind of a weird one. I tend to find all kinds of different shaped potatoes. I like people, all shapes and sizes. I think that's about it. Get these little babies. Alright, so there you have it. Got all those. Got all that nice dirt. Yeah. It's a good day for potatoes. I mean, that's quite a bit, you know, for just 2 people. I mean, it's gonna last a while, and that was just out of 2 small buckets. So again, I don't know for sure if planting them the way I did made a bigger yield. I kind of doubt it. It seems to be kind of about the same amount as what I normally get, so I don't know that I'd go through the hassle of doing it again, adding dirt as the plants grow. I think they grow just as good otherwise. So anyways, alright, well, I guess that's it for showing my potato harvest. Have a good day until next time.